Hello everyone, Soon, welcome to another Cursed Fabric mod overview. This time on Smarty GUI, a mod that simply adds in a bunch of different elements. Looking at the screenshots, you can see there's the memory and the version information on the main menu. You've got additional information such as coordinates, the direction you're facing, so you have between 0 and 3, which is for obviously north, west, east, and south. You've obviously got the yaw, based on the direction you're facing. You've got the biome, you've got the world seed, the world time, the world name, the operating system you're using, along with your graphics, CPU, and other information, as well as how many mods you have installed. You have a display for what block you're looking at, as well as coordinates where it is, the item ID, or block ID. And you've obviously got certain other information, like I guess if you're in a mod pack or something, it'll display following there. So yeah, otherwise, only available in certain version when loaded. You'll see the player list, which is that part there. So I'll just show what I can for single player stuff. So I'll just go out. You can see the amount of memory I have, the version, and so on. You do have to have Station API 2.0 pre-release, particularly. As you can see, Station API there, but let's just say that from what I've been testing, you do in fact need this. All these mods that are old and new seem to work. These ones strictly use this one, so keep that in mind. So yeah, we'll just see the other stuff. So, first up, we've got the durability information there, which I assume is what the tooltip part was referring to, as well as the fact that you can obviously see the actual little tool or whatever you block you're holding in your hand there, and how many of them or how much durability there is on it. So there's that. We're also getting attacked, which is not a good sign. We'll just try and get rid of them as much as we can, but you can also see while I'm attacking them, maybe some information it displays when looking at mobs or entities. So you can see the coordinates there, you can see the entity class thing, which is for when you're looking at any mobs or item IDs. We'll just throw this down again, so you can see it also says health unknown, as well as the ID of it. You'll see obviously mob health in that position. We'll just go to the pig over here, because they're an example. And so we're not looking at skeletons, creepers. You can see the information there of its health, what it's supposed to be called, which it's just that. It's not showing anything like pig or other information there at the moment, or something like that. For blocks, you can see the H there, which I assume is also supposed to be health, not height. As something like sand has the following there. You've got grass, you've got logs. You can see obviously what type of block it's called, as well as what sort of displayed thing it shows there, which would show if I had HDMI, but it's not compatible currently. As well as the coordinates it's positioned at. If we show the F3 information, we can also see the skeleton there. We can see obviously the coordinates on the left. You can see the F is the direction I'm facing, out of north, south, west, and east. You can see the yaw as well, which is where I've got my sort of camera facing. We've got obviously the fact that we're in a forest biome, or rainforest. I assume the nether, as well as certain others, will be displayed. I went sort of out into water a bit, and it said seasonal forests. I'm not sure what the case is there. Maybe that's just how beta biomes work. I'm not too familiar with them, so I can't comment on it. World seed, world time, the world name, and then on the right hand side we've got obviously how much memory. You can tell I'm using Windows 10. You can see my graphics card, as well as how many fabric mods and Station API mods I have installed. So there's that information. I do need to get around the skeleton though, so that's going to be tricky. Let's see if I can get around him. Just ignore as much as possible. And we can find out other more useful information for things like furnaces and armor. So see how that goes. They are not following me? Good. So when it comes down to it, you can see in a furnace there'll be the burn, cook, and fuel information. So we just put these sticks in here. You can see the burn is the burn time. Cook is obviously the progress of the arrow, and you can see fuel is pretty much how much it'll be smelting. Obviously, because it's a stick, it'll do 0.5, so it's not going to do much more than that. If I put in a log, it would be a different result, obviously, where it'll be the equivalent of 1. If you put in charcoal, coal would be the equivalent of 8. So yeah, it'll pretty much be how many blocks or items that can smelt that value there. I'll just get another furnace so I can demonstrate, because I want to get that iron smelted up. So I can demonstrate the armor parts, because it'll take a while to do that. So just do this. You can see it says 1. That's gonna be ready for us to do some armor related things. We'll just test with 2 different types. So you can see that there, and then if we just put this in, we should be able to smelt this cobble, and then we've got that there. So I'll just say 8. So when it comes to armor, I forget what information it says. Armor status, I think. There we go, so it's on the side there, so we'll just wait till we get a bit more. I don't have much else there, so I'm just gonna break this, and then we'll get that last piece, and we'll see what boots are like, instead of just, using 2 pieces of, 2 helmets or 2 boots or something. Well, actually, I can't even do 2 helmets, but 2 pairs of boots will not be effective. And I think that is it. Obviously, playlist, I assume, is still on tab, the key, but you just can't, there's no thing for binding it, I guess, unless it just displays on servers. But yeah, there's no key binding or anything I could find there, so it doesn't add any buttons, but button bindings. Put it out of the way. We now have our boots and helmet there. Obviously, if we have something in our hand, it'll push it up a bit, but if you've got nothing in your hand, it won't be that low down. But that is pretty much it, as far as I can tell. Very, very useful for adding in the ability to see what blocks are what and certain stuff. There's obviously no pick level or anything when looking at things like sand or ores. I can go to coal, for example, down here that I haven't mined yet, and you can see it'll just say the following information there. So it's not going to say wood pick required or certain other stuff like that. It's just going to display all the coordinate and other information there instead. But that's everything. Nothing else really to show. And that. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.